Microsoft just announced Windows 11 yesterday at their keynote, and a lot of people have been asking a lot of questions about Windows 11, specifically about system requirements, what TPM is, and a whole lot more. I wanted to kind of gloss over some of the new things that Microsoft announced in the latest version of Windows, and it is certainly not the last version of Windows. Sorry, that joke never gets old. Microsoft brought a lot of cool things to the forefront. It's not just a visual redesign, it is a rethinking of how Windows works. And with the pandemic still going on in the world, communication, creativity, and productivity were the huge focuses of yesterday's keynote. And honestly, all jokes aside about the keynote, Windows 11 looks really good. The system requirements are a little bit confusing. You might have a hard time understanding that. The PC health checkup tool is not exactly a useful metric for trying to figure out whether Windows 11 will run on your system. If you are a person like myself, you don't necessarily have the newest computer, nor do you really have the money or wherewithal to go out and buy another computer. Why can't we just use what we got? With all of that said, Windows 11 requires a slightly different array of hardware. But if you do not meet the hard floor, basically the hard requirements for Windows 11, you're not going to be able to run it. And the one that keeps on coming up is the processor specific requirements. So you must have a dual core, you must have a 64-bit processor, and we'll talk about why that's important later. You must have a TPM 2.0 chip or higher. Microsoft is putting a huge emphasis on security. All the other requirements are really nothing new. The reason why they're going 64-bit is because, you got to support modern hardware. So with all of that said, you also need to have 64 gigs of storage or higher. The other requirements are pretty generic. You have to have a DirectX 12 capable graphics card with WDDM2X or higher. Most modern graphics cards support the Windows Display Driver model anyway, so that's really not a particular issue. And I have an article that I wrote up about how to find out what your version number is, so if you want to take a look and try and find out what you have, links to that will be down in the description below. But essentially what the Trusted Platform module is a secure enclave. It is used to cryptographically store personal information. It is also used to generate keys and hashes and all sorts of stuff. I talked about it in my post. You really should read that. Good news is Windows 11 is not going to come out till later this year for OEMs and next year for GA. But if you're going to be a Windows Insider, these are kind of things you need to know. Most people are probably going to buy a new PC anyway, if they haven't done so already. If you bought a PC within the past, I want to say year or so, you should be fine. But if you haven't bought a new PC in a while, wait until Windows 11 comes out. I want to know what you think in those comments down below. That's really all I have for today, folks. I'll see you guys next time.